So I play EVE on and off, like a lot of people. And I recently came back and I did something boneheaded, and everybody on Reddit knows because I posted about it. I misread a kill rate. Thought a million, it was a billion. Fortunately, I pulled the same scam on somebody else a couple days later, got my billion ISK back, and it's all good. But it made me think of what would happen if somebody with a ridiculous amount of SP, like my 120 million almost, were to go completely and utterly broke. And I mean 0 ISK in my wallet, as you can see. Assets, I've got my newbie ship 1 trit in Amar. I've got hull tanking elite certificate in Jeddah just as a placeholder. I know I can sell it for like $250,000, get a cheap ship, but I'm ignoring that. And then my Velator here in one of the Amar newbie systems. So I am flat out broker than a brand new newbie with 5,000 ISK. And I'm like, so what to do? How to build my fortune back up? Obviously, I'm not really broke. I have other accounts. I have other characters. This is just an experiment, and to see if anybody's interested in watching this experiment. And as I was planning this, I realized I don't really know how to make the first million ISK as a newbie in any way other than mining. That's what I did when I was a newbie. I stayed up all night my first night mining, and that's how I got my first ship. And it's like, I'm not going to do that this time. And I also realized going from I kind of skipped the level 1 mission grind, because a few weeks into the game I found out an old friend from EverQuest played, and he hung out with the CBA guys. And about the time I started flying with him, Interstellar Exodus was attacking YMP. And they were doing it in some pretty nicely fit ships. And here I'm a little newbie looting the field. I got 500 million ISK in a week, like a month into the game. I never really went through the newbie ISK grind. So I guess I'm going to do that with you guys, and we're going to discuss plans and whatever. If you see some way I can make money that I don't know about, that might, especially if it's fun, drop me a line. I'm gonna obviously cut this so it's not just you guys watching me do nothing but rat when I'm in a noob ship. So no further ado, I'm gonna cut the comments. I'm gonna play a little. I'll cut highlights for you. So I was wandering around looking for some rats to kill, like I had mentioned, and I warp into this belt and I say, hey, to a man in mining drones. Oh, there's 12,000 ISK. It's, or whatever it'll actually sell for. I'd have to look again. It's better than nothing. It's better than a couple rat bounties. Maybe I should just get a salvager and go around looking for, rats that have been, wrecks that have been left behind. It's an idea. I need to get enough for a salvager. But so far looking for rats has been utterly hopeless. I'm in a 0.9 system. I remembered, I think 1.0 systems don't have oh, it looks like RVB Ganked is doing something. So Mangala Solaris has announced that he's quitting, and it looks like RVB Ganked is going to do something in his honor, which is awesome. He's a serious loss to the community with Mangala quitting. But as I was saying, finding rats has been useless. I realized I was in a 1.0 system, and I don't even remember if you get rats in a 1.0 system. So I came to this 0.9, and it's been crap. I'm going to keep looking. I will update you guys again when I find something. So at last, I finally found a couple rats. I've been through like 6 or so belts. Maybe, actually, probably more like 10 belts between two systems. And my FPS is low at the moment. Fraps is being stupid sometimes. You know how Fraps is. Or maybe you don't. Sometimes Fraps likes to wreck your frame rate. Okay, I forgot how slow you kill belt rats in a newbie ship. Especially quick ones that are hard to hit. You're using a Galenti noob ship, which has got a blaster. It's my fall offs. Yeah, he's within fall off, so it's not completely horrible. But I gotta break his tank. I don't even remember how much in like value loot you get off the first like newbie ratting ships you can kill here. Laser crystal, that might come in handy if I get a laser off the other one. Yeah, okay, so after I kill this one, I'm gonna go off vid for a while. So you guys don't have to watch me do all this ratting until I can get like a cheap Punisher or something. Especially a cheap Punisher with a salvager. Just see how much I get. So like 8,000 ISK for the two guys. That laser crystal is worth like 1,000 ISK. And let's see what this guy's gives me for loot. So that's an empty loot crate, so boo. Okay, I will be back on video when I actually have something further to say. So I'm finally finding some rats. So that's going well. And I said I wasn't going to mine, but I might mine a very little bit before I run and, take loot to Amar, just to have a full cargo hold. But also, we just got the new patch today, and it came with the V5 plus that CCP are calling it now, and I have to say it actually looks pretty awesome on my noob ship here. I haven't really played yet much today until I started doing this, so I haven't seen how my nice ships look. But so far, I'm liking the new textures and new shaders. It's looking pretty slick. Okay, so I'm in Amar. I have a bit of a full cargo hold. I did a little bit of mining. It doesn't take long to fill a velator. And sadly, I'm pretty sure for somebody who's in a noob ship with nothing but noob equipment, it's still the quickest way to make money. And as you can see, I've got 78,000 ISK in bounties from ratting. So let's sell or fit this stuff. I'm going to keep one or two of these items. So, ship fitting. I'm going to keep this civilian damage control, put it on my ship. Let's sell these other items. Once I'm done selling these items, we're going to get a little bit of equipment for my ship, make my newbie ship a little better, and hopefully be able to earn money a little faster. Okay. So now I have about 117,000 ISK. That should have enough to get me a salvager. Yes. About half my ISK to get a salvager, but salvager is important. So I should have just kept all these windows open. We'll take the civilian mining laser off. Let me resize this window down. Then I want 1 meganewton afterburner. Probably take a look at the prices. So this one looks like it's the cheapest. Expensive. Ah, here we go. Here's a nice cheap one. How much ISK do I have left? It's 45,000. So let's look at repairer. Okay, they're gonna have to go through the menu. Ship equipment. Hull and armor. Armor repairers, small. So looks like this one is probably, yeah, this is nice and cheap. Cheap is the rule of the day because I am broke as hell. How much do we have left? Okay. Do we have enough for some drones? Because this is a Velator after all. I can put 2 light drones in it, and that will definitely help me with the ratting. Yes, I can afford a pair of... Actually, I'm going up against frigates. I should get a pair of warriors. There we go. So now my little newbie ship has an electron blaster, a salvager, armor repair, some resists, a little bit of cap recharge. I should get some ammo. Still got money. Oh, where is ammunition now? Oh, derp, right in front of my face, of course. Hybrid charges, small. Reduce capacitor usage. So I don't really need that much. My drones are going to be doing most of the work. Oh, does the civilian? Civilian doesn't take ammo, but that's okay because I can get I can afford an upgrade. Okay, what's the cheapest one in here? Somebody really... If you're really putting that on a ship, maybe for PvP. Now we're getting ridiculous. So yeah. Looks like I'm just gonna get a light electron blaster 1. I guess I should get a little bit more of this. Yes. Nothing. So they're just placeholders. Okay. Now, I do have a salvager, and there's often wrecks outside of the undock here. I'm at, you know, Emperor Family Academy. And let's see if I can find wrecks in the new icons. There are currently no wrecks. So, I'm going to go hunting, and I will probably update you guys when I can afford a new ship. And that will probably be the next episode.